note is I'm going to use the chart for this. The only thing to add that's very powerful is to note that if it hits and you're successful and you enter and now you're here and price action is right there and that's where you enter, that is where you can literally protect your trade. You can put a stop loss right there. You can increase your stop loss to where you protect whatever money you have, right? Let's say in that exact trade where you're shooting for $1,100 return on investment, you're trying to double your money and you landed a successful entry. You could literally land your successful entry, you happen to get it right, you're super excited, you're super happy, price action drops, you could move your stop loss right there. Now you're playing a game where if you lose, you actually are positive ROI. And if you actually win down here, you know, wherever that number is, 56,130, you're positive ROI. And you're literally looking at a game where you either make pennies or you make dollars, but you're playing a game where you do not lose, right? So in this demo so far, we did not get to see that second trade open up. I kind of wish that we would have, but it's okay because I think for the purpose of teaching, everything happened, you know, just fine. We got to see one trade open up. It was kind of small, and I kind of talked about why it doesn't make sense to put a larger trade in there. And then we got to see like my logic behind my real entry that I probably will shoot for. And then I can tell you that as we get there, you know, one of my biggest opponents is going to be this 4-hour volatility cloud. And that's exactly why we want to take that principle. And if I'm successful and I land a good entry, I'm going to put my stop loss in somewhere in there. The other thing that comes into play is sometimes ridiculous pressure comes out of nowhere. And you want to make sure that you don't lose, right? It's just that simple. It's putting capital preservation and protecting what you have ahead of expansion and greed in your list of priorities, right? Your mental priorities. So I think this just about concludes the demo on finding a position, deciding on capital, journaling, and a number of other things that we probably hadn't talked about. And I think this will